Cassidy! It's been too long. I think almost 10 years or so now since the last time the both of us chatted. What? Miley? All right, this is exactly how I expected you to react, LOL. It's great to see that you're feeling the same way about me even after these past 10 years, LOL. Hateful and rude, LOL. And by the way, I hear you're still single, right? LOL. Who told you something like that? Samuel did. Huh? A little while ago, Samuel was back around you guys for work for about a week. And just out of curiosity, he wanted to see how Mom and Dad's place was doing, so he passed by it in his car. And he noticed that you're still living with them after seeing you through the dining room window. I don't think by seeing me over at Mom and Dad's house, that's a good way to judge if I'm single or not right now. Oh, come on now. If you're still living with your parents at the age you are now, then you can't be anything besides single, right? LOL. But I get it. You still feel safe being over at their house and can be there to take care of them, so don't worry. LOL. Why would you care about how I feel after you left the house so long ago and never talked to any of us? You ran off without ever talking to us for a whole decade after you stole my fiancé, Samuel, from me and said he'd become your husband. I'm actually having a hard time still believing this is actually that same Miley talking to me now. Do you expect to return to Mom and Dad's house now or something? That's right. And if you think I don't have a place with you guys there anymore, then make a place for me, LOL. Make a place for you? I'm going to be moving back in with you all whether you want me to or not, Cassidy. Seriously? It's been 10 years now since I've been able to see my parents, and so Samuel and I are moving in with them. And you're to leave, LOL. You're actually serious about coming back to this house? That's what I'm saying, right? Even if you were to try and move back in with Mom and Dad, there's really no place for you or Samuel to stay since this place is fully booked now. And I told you if there's no place for me, then make one. And a place for my husband, too. You are just in the way now, Cassidy, LOL. So get out of there, LOL. That'll free up your room, and although it's small and narrow, my husband and I will feel all cozy. Huh? Why do I have to be the one to leave this house? Cassidy, I'm aware that you're still in love with Samuel, right? But he's my husband now, and there's no chance for you to ever get back with him. And it's nothing against you as my little sister, but having someone living in the same house as my husband that still loves him is a bit... I don't have to say how I feel about it, right? You can see what I'm getting at, LOL. Don't tell me you've come this far and still have no idea what's going on here. What's going on with me and my life? What do you mean, LOL? I don't want to keep this hidden from you any longer because it'll only make things worse between us. So, I'll tell you. I'm married now, Miley. Huh? And as for this house, Mom and Dad's house, I'm living here with my husband and plan to have my family stay in this house for a long time. Huh? What about Mom and Dad then? They aren't actually here anymore. Then where did those two run off to? What are they doing leaving their massive house like that? I have an idea of where they went off to, but they don't want to meet you, so I can't say exactly where their address is. Come on, LOL. Listen, Cassidy, if you're going to lie to me, do a better job of it and give some more details besides just that. If you're being asked where your parents have run off to, don't just say that they don't want to meet me and that you don't know, LOL. That's a total lie. Those two had some things come up in their lives and had to leave the house 9 years ago, and they left me to have this place. Huh? If you want to know the reason for them leaving back then, I'll tell you. But what will you do with that information after? Your lying is so bad, LOL. I know that Mom and Dad will be so happy to have me home since they loved me way more than they ever loved you when we were kids, LOL. I told you that they are no longer in this house. Well, I know that they want to see me there. Samuel and I plan to come next Sunday with all our things and move into that house. And before then, you need to have yourself and all your things out of there. See ya! LOL.
Hey, Cassidy. I believe that yesterday you heard from my lovely wife already, right? That next Sunday we'll be moving into that house to start living with your mum and dad. So you hurry things up and get out there as soon as possible.
Ugh. This time I have to talk to the pile of crap Samuel.
What do you mean, pile of crap?
You took the hand of my sister when you were already engaged to me, and then you both ran away from everyone for 10 years. And after 10 years, you're finally talking again, but only to say that you're going to move into this house without a single okay from anyone? No matter how you think of that, it makes you both piles of crap.
What the heck? Oh, that's what this is.
What?
Well, don't get too jealous about all of this, okay?
What are you talking about?
Over the past 10 years, you've never stopped thinking about me, right?
Huh?
And the proof I have for that is that you're still single at your age. And you're still living with your parents, even. So, no matter how you want me to think about it, the proof shows that you're still a single woman. And I think the reason for that is you've never stopped thinking about me and moved on, because you think you have a chance of getting me back. Huh?
Did my sister-in-law never tell you that I'm married now? I told her that yesterday when she was texting me. Right now, I'm living with my husband here in my mom and dad's house. And my parents actually left this house 9 years ago.
What is up with that?
I asked my sister if she wanted to know the reason for them both leaving, but she never said for me to tell her, and so I'm not going to say anything to you. But just know that if both of you suddenly show up thinking you can live here, it's not going to happen. Goodbye.
Is that so? Now, there's no way I'm believing a bit of those weak lies you just told me, Cassidy. Oh, you really do want to get back together with me, don't you? Oh, it's actually terrifying that you still love me, even though it's been 10 whole years of us never talking. I'm not going to come back to you, though, so get out of that house.
What the hell, Cassidy? What the actual hell is this? It's you again, Miley? What? There's this huge man standing in the front door, and he's not letting us inside the house. Are you saying that you really showed up to my house? I am! Dang, you really have tried to move in without my permission. What the hell is it with this dumb-looking man? He's my husband. Huh? He has a lot of muscles on him, doesn't he? He works for a quarry company, and so he works a lot of 12-hour shifts, driving heavy machinery and moving lots of stone. You're still going to use that lie with me? I'm sure that he's just some gorilla that you paid to come here and protect the front door, right? I told him that you and your husband were thinking of forcing your way back into our house and living there, so we took today off to stay home and wait. Huh? Are you actually telling me that he lives here too? I am. When Mom and Dad left the house 9 years ago, they actually put my name on the house. And then 5 years ago, we did some interior changes and reformations to the house, and my husband was putting in a lot of his money for it, so we changed the name on the house from mine to his. That is another one of your BS lies! If you took a look at the nameplate on our front door, I think you'd understand me a lot quicker. Huh? Nameplate? I know that the moment my husband stepped out the front door, you both ran off, but he told me you took a photo of the house before. The nameplate should be visible in that photo, right? Oh, crap. The name is different now. And also, the whole front of the house looks a bit different than it did 10 years ago. There's another part of the house we decided to have remodeled in the Reformation. We thought that since we'd be changing the nameplate after our wedding, it'd be best to get a breath of fresh air by making the front door and porch brand new. This is bullcrap! It's actually upsetting that you still believe this all to be a lie, even after seeing that everything I've explained to you has so far been true. And another thing, I have kids now. Huh? We were expecting you to show up today, so my husband and I had his parents take our kids for the day to keep them away from the house, in case anything bad were to happen to you both. Well, Samuel is telling me he never saw your husband or kids when he drove by. Right. You did say that when he came back into town for work a little while back. He was able to see that I was here. But if that was on a weekday, then my husband was probably at work and my kids were at school. And I work remotely for my job, and so I'm always around the house unless I have plans with friends or need to go shopping. He did say that it was on a Thursday back then. Then all he saw was me home at the house while the rest of my family was out doing what they always do. LOL. Out doing what they always do.
Hey.
And now we're back to you, I see.
Are you really trying to say this house is your husband's house now?
Were you looking at my sister's phone while she was texting me then?
I saw all the crap you were saying, that's why I'm talking with you now. What the actual frick? I just realized that the name on that nameplate is the same as my mum's last name. I get it now. Your husband happens to be my cousin, I think.
It's about time this all got around to you. LOL.
10 years ago, that guy was just a loser that never left my aunt and uncle's house besides to go to the gym. Why? His face and such are similar to how he looked back then, but the rest of him is completely different now.
I never knew the man that you're talking about, but from what I've heard from some of his friends, he really did his best. I guess for a while he was talking to his parents about what he wanted to do with his life, and since he had started going to the gym, his dad said he could get him a job that would build even more muscle on him. And so that's how he got the job at the quarry, and I guess really changed his appearance.
For that frickin' quarry.
Do you know of it?
That's the place people that get out of jail go when they're released to find a job.
Ah, and that's what I've been told as well. I've heard that the owner of the place is really popular for taking those that are misplaced in society, or don't take life seriously, and works them into shape so that they know who they really are. Almost like a training camp for adults that need help getting back into society. And that's what my husband was given when he started working there. He said at first there were days where he went home crying because the work was so hard. But after getting used to the grind there, and his body growing bigger, he was able to work the 12-hour shifts like they're nothing, and is now able to have a wonderful life with me as his wife.
What the hell? I never expected a guy like him to start working for that quarry.
And he's moved up to being a manager for the company now.
What?
And about that, I've heard that pretty recently you were fired from the company you'd been working for. There has been talk around my husband's work about you and what happened when you got fired. Apparently you and my sister have been living in company housing, but are being kicked out, and that's why you are trying to force yourselves back into my life. And I guess my sister still thinks that my mom and dad actually want her back, and so she's using that false hope of hers to bring you guys here. And now you're around my house somewhere, thinking that my mom and dad would welcome you in. I'd assume that's how it all went down for you and my sister, right?
You know about all of that stuff too.
What the heck, Cassidy? Your husband just drove up to my husband and I in an all blacked out SUV. and he just took my husband in it and drove off. Yeah, my husband already told me about what he's going to do. You guys have been trying to hide in that park nearby my house, right? I want to know what the hell your husband is doing with mine! Well, my husband knows. The CEO of the company that Samuel was fired from, and he knows him well enough to understand Samuel's situation. And after he spoke with that CEO for a while about Samuel and the past he had with me and all of that, we decided to talk with Samuel's parents about what to do with you guys. And they agreed that my husband is to take you both to go work out in the quarries for him. And it'll be some very back-breaking work. Huh? Well, after his parents heard about how you guys were trying to barge into living in my house, they said you both needed to be put to work. And so you're going to end up the same way Mom and Dad did, working in the quarry and learning the hard way how to live in this society. Huh? Mom and Dad? They are both working for the company that runs the quarry. Excuse me? I told you a week ago or so that Mom and Dad left this house 9 years ago, right? Well, to tell you the truth about what happened 9 years ago, Mom and Dad were so upset about how you ran away with my fiancé, but they weren't upset at you for doing that, but me. They loved you so much that they blamed me over and over again for letting you run off with Samuel, and even went as far as to push me down the stairs. And just when I thought it was over for me, Grandpa was in the house and saw what had happened and had me taken to the hospital to be treated. And as for Mom and Dad, well, he sent both of them to go work at that quarry because it used to be run by Grandpa and he had the power to get them employed there. So that's what happened after I left? And I think that those two are still at one of the quarries, working for 12 hours a day, doing very intense labor that people their age shouldn't really do anymore. But according to my husband, they still don't blame you for what happened, and are even more upset with me now that they have to work there because of what Grandpa saw. What the heck? And another thing, the person that came and picked them up from Grandpa and drove them to the quarry site was none other than my husband. He somehow heard about how I'd be alone after getting out of the hospital, and after some time, he came to me, and that led to where we are now. I don't care about what's happened with you or Mom or Dad right now, okay? Is working for that quarry company going to be scary? Well, you have to put in a lot of manual labor there. LOL. What? When you start working there, you'll understand what I mean. Are you just going to let them have me? Well, normally I wouldn't ask for my own sister to have to go and work there, but... Then come and help me! Come and help you, huh? I actually do want to help you and Samuel, and that's why my husband and I are planning to have you both go work in the quarry. Huh? Do your best, okay? Hold on! It seems that this time, my husband did not go easy on my sister and Samuel, and brought along 5 other men from the company to come bring them along. The idea for them having to work for the quarry is that if they choose not to, they will most likely never be able to find another job besides that. Right now, Samuel has little chance of being hired by anyone else in the area due to the very embarrassing news of how he was fired. And my sister is not the kind of girl that'll work a job unless under very strict measures, which will be enforced at the quarry. And it seems for the next little while, those two will not be allowed to use their smartphones while on the job site, which is pretty much all the time since the job rotation there for manual workers is every 2 months, and you live on site. I think after those two ran away 10 years ago and never seemed to do well with the world they were living in, it'll be a good refresher for them to get back to basics, working long shifts under the hot sun while moving some rocks. And hopefully that, while being surrounded by some of society's lowest, will help them become a bit better people, like it had done to my husband. I'm sure that they will start complaining every day about how their muscles will begin to hurt and that they want to go home. But that's all part of working for that next paycheck. LOL. I really do hope that this teaches them a huge lesson about how they should have never been the pile of crap people that they were, and that they really should try not to cause problems for other people. However, in their case, and especially my sister's case alone, I think they're going to end up just like my parents, and will never actually change into better people through all that hard labor. That won't really bother me either way, because if they want to keep acting like monsters, then they can all work there until the day they all fall over. But anyway, that's enough about them both. For the work that my husband put in today, I'm going to make sure to cook him up a hefty steak dinner tonight as a reward. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey Hazel, where are you? I don't see you anywhere. You're supposed to clean my room at that time. Oh, Laura, I'm cleaning up the living room right now. Mr. White just had a meeting with staff there, so there are a lot of cups to wash. What do you need me to clean up? Oh, in the living room? Be careful lest you break that second precious ceramic vase. I won't be able to teleport to save you this time, like last time. Yes. Oh my god, that time really scared the hell out of me. If it weren't for you, I would have had to pay a fine or worse, get fired. I have a sick old mother and a younger brother who has to go to school, so I can't lose this job. If it weren't for you, I really don't know what to do. Yes. You own me for the rest of your life now, I know it. Well, of course. You can ask me anything you want. Are you sure? Then now it's the perfect time for you to repay me. Take your clothes off. Wait. What? Come on. Take your maid uniform off. I don't understand what you were talking about. You want me to take my clothes off right here, in the middle of the living room? I don't get it. You want to fire me or what? Oh no, I didn't mean right there. I mean, come into my room and change your clothes with me. I'm sorry, what do you mean? You know that I'm being grounded, right? My father won't let me out of the house, but I need to go shopping with my friends for a while. It'll be easier if I wear it as a maid. So that's why I need your uniform, okay? Hurry up. Come on, Hazel. I'm going to be late now. Yeah, I'll be there soon, but I need to finish cleaning up here first. But do you think this is okay? I'm a little worried. If Mr. White finds out, you and I will be in big trouble. Don't worry. You don't have to say anything. Just sit at your desk and pretend to do your homework. Put on your hood and everything will be fine. Besides, you know my father's habits. He never leaves his room when he's working. I'm not sure about this anymore, Laura. I feel like I'm betraying his trust in me. If you want to go out and play, why don't you just ask Mr. White to let you go? He loves you so much, I'm sure he'll say yes. Listen, I don't need you to tell me what to do. You're just an uneducated country bumpkin. You can't go to university like me, and yet you dare to lecture me like that? Don't talk too much. Just take off your clothes. Or do you want me to tell my father about his beloved antique vase? If I hadn't hidden that broken vase before my dad saw it, you would have worked for my family for free for the next 10 years to pay off the debt. No, please don't tell him about it. I'm so sorry. No? Then do as I say. Come here right now. I'm giving you a rare opportunity to experience a feeling that you may not have for the rest of your life. Don't you want to become a rich lady in those few hours? Yes, I got it. I'm coming. Where are you, Laura? It's been 3 hours. Why haven't you come back yet? Mr. White just entered the room to talk to you. We almost got caught. What? So did he find out anything? Aren't you too scared to confess everything to him? No, I didn't confess, but I was so scared I broke out in a cold sweat and started to shiver. He was there for quite a while and told me a lot about how much you mean to him. Well, it must have been boring stuff as usual. Don't worry, I'm almost done here. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Can you make it faster, Laura? I still have a lot of unfinished housework to do. Don't worry, I'm almost done here. One more thing, Laura. When I opened your bag to get your laptop, I found Mr. White's watch, which had gone missing a few days ago, along with a lot of cash. And where did you get so much money? Mr. White would never give you that much money, even though he loves you. He wouldn't spoil you like this. It's none of your business, Hazel. You're just a maid. You don't have the right to question your master like this. But aren't you stealing from your father? So what if I am? He won't become poor. It's only 1/10 of what he has. How could you do that? Through what he confided in me, I could feel that he loves you very much. If he finds out the truth, his heart would surely break. I get it. I know what you want, Hazel. When I come back, I will pay you handsomely. If you need money, you should have told me from the beginning. Why do you need so many words? Now just sit still, or you'll find out. No, Laura, I don't want any dirty money. I understand you covered for me, but this is way too much. Mr. White should know the truth. Oh, come on, Hazel. You know that no one will believe you. Yeah, especially since you have no proof. Mr. White, sir? Where are you? I have something very important to tell you. It concerns Laura and the watch you lost a few days ago.
Oh, is that so? I was also looking to have a word with you as well. Are you going to confess that you are the one who stole my money and my watch?
What? Sir, I don't understand. I would never do something like that.
Then how can you explain the camera footage of my office, showing someone dressed as a maid taking my money as soon as I left the house? I trusted you. How could you do this to me?
Well, it's Laura. I know it sounds crazy, but she set me up. She convinced me to swap clothes with her so she could go out with her friend. I had no idea she was capable of stealing from you like this. I just found out, and I was looking for you to tell you the truth.
This is unbelievable. How dare you bring my daughter into this?
No, sir, I swear I'm not lying.
Laura just texted me and said that all her jewelry is missing. So I checked the security cameras in my house and saw the truth. Now I understand everything. Do you not only want to steal from my family, but also want to drive a wedge between me and my daughter? Now I know Laura was right. You can't trust the maids.
Mr. White, please listen to me. Laura is the one who set me up. She's been stealing from you and using me as a cover-up. I have proof, sir. Please give me a chance to show you.
I don't believe a word you're saying, Hazel. How do I know you're not just trying to save yourself from the trouble you caused? You were the one caught on camera stealing from me, not Laura.
But sir, she manipulated me. She even threatened to get me deported if I didn't do as she said. And now she's probably out there enjoying the money she stole from you while I take all the blame.
This is getting ridiculous. I trusted you, Hazel, and you betrayed me. I don't want to hear any more excuses.
What? No, sir, please listen to me. I can prove it. Please give me a chance to show you the evidence.
Enough. I trusted you, and you betrayed me. You're fired, and I'm calling the police. I'm sure they'll enjoy your story.
No, sir, please don't do this. I didn't do anything wrong. It's Laura who's the thief.
I don't want to hear any more of your lies, Hazel. You're done here.
Sir, please, this is a huge misunderstanding. I never stole from you, I swear it.
Get out of my sight, Hazel. You're lucky I'm not pressing charges against you.
Hazel, where's my bag with the money? I need it right now to go buy a new car. I hid it so you wouldn't make any more mistakes. Well, I will tell them everything. And surely you'll have to pay for what you did. What, Hazel? And do you expect that they will believe you? The camera shows it's you. You're just a poor maid in a rich house. The first thing people think about you is that you are a thief. Even if you tell them where the bag is, it only proves that you are a thief. And you'll go to jail for a very long time. No, I can prove my innocence. No, honey, you don't even have money for a lawyer. Then who's gonna take care of your mother and your brother, But now, I'll give you a chance. Just tell me where the bag is, and I'll find a way to distract the police for you to escape through the back door. Police? They're here already? Yes, Hazel, and they're looking for you. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time's running out. Okay, fine. But you have to make sure that I can get out safely. Of course. Have I ever lied to you? Well, except for switching clothes. Okay, well, I threw it out of your window from your room. It's outside. Oh, good girl. But what do we do now? The police have entered the house. Don't blame me. It's all because you hesitated. Well, good luck. Oh, no, not again. Or, I have a better idea. You can go to the police and confess to them. My father is so benevolent. He won't sue you. You'll only have to stay in there for a few days, and then I'll find a way to bail you out and give you some money to treat your mother. Laura, I can't keep doing this. What you're doing is wrong, and I can't be a part of it anymore. I'm quitting. Right now. You're quitting? After all I've done for you? You'd be nothing without me. That's not true, Laura. You've been using me this whole time, and stealing from your own father. That's just despicable. You want to talk about morals? You're just a lowly maid. What do you know about anything? I may be a maid, but I have integrity and honesty. Something you seem to have forgotten. You think you can just walk away from this? I'll make sure you never work in this town again. And as for Mr. White, he'll never believe you over me. I'm his daughter, remember? I'm not afraid of you, Laura, and I won't let you intimidate me anymore. I have nothing to lose, but you do. What do you mean by that? I mean that your lies and deceit will catch up to you eventually. And when they do, you'll be left with nothing. You're just jealous of me, Hazel. You'll never be anything more than a maid. Once again, I may be a maid, but at least I have my integrity and self-respect. Something you seem to have lost a long time ago. Fine. Go ahead and good luck with making people believe you. But you'll never be able to escape the consequences of crossing me. Mark my words.
Hazel, I was hoping you still had some self-respect left. The police told me you were hiding in the bathroom and wouldn't come out. They're asking if they can break down the door. You know that running away won't solve anything. Just admit your mistake honestly.
Mr. White, please listen to me. I was in Laura's room when she took your money out of your study.
I'm tired of your lying. I'm gonna tell them to break the door down.
Wait! Why would I steal? Well, I'm perfectly happy riding my rusty bicycle.
What? What did you say?
I said that I am perfectly content with what I have. I'm happy to ride my bike to work, and I'm grateful for my loved one's health. I never complain about my situation, and I always face difficulties with a positive outlook. I don't need a fancy car or a big house. I don't care about luxury designer clothes or an expensive education. There are more important things in life, like a new hospital, for example. You've always said that with all your money you could buy anything, but what really matters is making a difference in people's lives. We can use our lives to help others in unfortunate circumstances. Don't you agree, sir?
How do you know about all of this?
You told me these words yourself, sir. You were actually talking to Laura, but at that moment, I was pretending to be her.
So, everything you said was true. But are you sure it was Laura who took the money?
I'm sorry to say that it's true. Laura herself confessed everything to me. I still have her message here.
I don't know what to say. This is all so unexpected. I need some time to think about this. But why would Laura do something like this? She's my daughter. I raised her better than that.
You did raise her well, sir, but sometimes even the best of us make mistakes. What's important now is that we help her to learn from her mistake and make amends. Maybe she's just lost her way, but I do know that she needs help. She needs to face the consequences of her actions and make things right.
Maybe it's my fault for spoiling her too much and letting her spend too much money. Maybe now is the time for her to take responsibility for her misdeeds. I'll tell the police to take her to the station and let her stay there for a few days.
I understand, Mr. White, but I think it's important that you hear what she has to say before making any rash decisions. Maybe there's a way to work things out without involving the police.
You're right. I need to think about this. Thank you for being honest with me, Hazel.
In the end, Mr. White decided that Laura needed to face the consequences of her actions. He gave her the punishment of being the maid for 2 months, which would give her time to reflect on her mistake and learn the value of hard work and honesty. I was happy to see that Mr. White had listened to me and had made the right decision. I was also relieved that the truth was finally out and that I had been vindicated. After that, I continued to work hard for Mr. White and his family. In the following weeks, I saw a change in Laura. She became more responsible and mature, and she apologized for putting me in a difficult situation. I forgave Laura and was happy to see her grow and learn from her mistake. The incident brought me and Mr. White closer together, and he began to see me in a new light. He said that he realized my honesty, loyalty, and positive attitude were invaluable qualities, and he decided to give me a well-deserved promotion to work at his company. I was overjoyed and grateful for the opportunity to advance my career.